Welcome back to another reaction video. Today we're going to be checking out Oliver Tree, How It Ends. This is going to be a bit of a different reaction video. One, because it's Oliver Tree, and he is an amazing special artist. For those who don't know, if you're coming from my channel just for my reaction videos, I highly suggest you go to the description below and check out the link to his channel and look out the rest of his musical discography. You should definitely do that more than ever than I've ever suggested, okay? You must do that. But two, because unfortunately, I have to begin this video with saying, unfortunately, he has passed away from an untimely and tragic death via a helicopter crash. So I'd like to say at the beginning here, before I get to the reaction, I will get to it quickly, I promise. But Oliver was a true-to-heart, bleeding artist of somebody who really showed who he wanted to be, his personality on his sleeve, and never let anybody take him down. And in my honest review as a fan, somebody who's been listening to Oliver Tree before I was even a VTuber, before I even knew I wanted to be a VTuber, for that matter, he was somebody I admired a lot and looked up to in artistic sense, because I wished I also could be like him and do these kind of very creative and out there takes and bits and musical endeavors to express himself in these weird niche ways that I feel truly I vibe with. And to that, I would just like to say to Oliver, to his family, and to fans, much like myself, I hope you're in a safe place. And I hope that heaven is great, because I know that's where you've been and where you're going to go, Oliver. So, thank you so much for everything you've done, and I appreciate the music you've put out there. And as the joke goes, even with your absence, your music, your message, your image, your artistic value to the world will go on and on and on. Bad jokes aside, thank you, Oliver Tree, and thank you to all the fans who are watching this reaction, and to his family, to the production companies that made this happen, and to all his music. To everybody involved with Oliver Tree, thank you. Now, without further ado, let's get right into it, shall we? Oh no. Yeah. Right. Oh. Oh. Gosh. Okay, I gotta go back. Okay. Oh, goodness me. He's bringing us back with this again. He's very good at doing this. This kind of more somber, deeper kind of emotional damage songs. Boy, is that relatable. I think we've all probably been there. If not, I mean, holy shit, congratulations. I'm happy for you, but I've certainly been there in my life, where I have been with people that I thought were going to be there forever, that were my one and only friends, my pillars, and I leaned on heavily. But inevitably, they end up turning face and showing that they were wearing a mask, perhaps, this whole time. And they didn't care, really, at all. And that the person I knew, much like the song describes, was now a stranger. They were dead. They were not somebody I cared for or could care for, because they didn't care for me. And I think for anybody who's out there who have experienced these kinds of individuals, these kinds of horrible, terribly abusive people, silently really walking this earth until you land upon them, unfortunately, like icebergs, you didn't deserve the pain they gave you, and they didn't deserve the love you gave. And you did not deserve the pain and suffering that you had to go through, in probably what I'd imagine is a horrible fallout due to these people's neglect and immaturity to be able to exist in a normal social space. In many ways, it's sad because they are unstable and they are traumatized. And to that, I do feel sorry, but I do not forgive or forget the pain that they cause. And I will certainly never stand idle to those who do that to me and to my friends and to you out there. You do not deserve these people's inflicted violence and abuse. And I'm sorry that that happened to you. And fuck them. Let's continue. Now you're just a stranger in my bed. Yep. Oh no, yeah, that too. You know, there comes a time where you're in that kind of relationship and you're either it comes during or unfortunately for some of us, it comes after, where in retrospect, you don't have closure and you have to realize that they didn't really give a fuck at all. And that is a type of pain, whether it happens during or, you know, after. It's one of those things where you just want to fucking burn it all to the ground and you feel so used and abused and just thrown to the trash like you're some dumb fool, you know. And they are the reason, these people who do that to you are the real reason that, you know, this kind of pain consistently is put out into the world because they are broken. In my opinion, they are traumatized people who never truly learned how to not be that. And it is sad, but fuck them. Fuck them. This house ain't made for broken toys no more. If you want to live a life that's happy, you have to stop. Even if you come from this place of junkyard, like the background suggests, yourself. And it took a lot of work to build yourself there. You need to surround yourself when you are stable with stable people. It is not your job to bring home broken toys to fix them like you did yourself or others did you. That is not your job. And if you do, you'll end up with people much like I'm describing and have described currently. They will use you, they'll abuse you, they'll mask, they'll throw you away when you have no more value left to glean. That is what they do. They're fucking disgusting. They're losers, and that their insecurities run deeper than their creativity in their hearts. Do not fall for their false love. You do not deserve it. They do not deserve it. Leave them. Thank you. Yeah. And you never do. You never expect it to end this way. Nobody ever can. It's sad. And the worst nightmare, if you know it's going to happen, if you know it's going to end, you know, if you are lucky like that, and it becomes your worst nightmare scenario of these people leaving or doing whatever, ending it in a weird, a strange way that is negative, and it's your worst nightmare, what you have to do at the end of that is just recognize and realize that that's how it is. It does not matter how much effort you put in. It was never going to end any way differently. No matter how much late at night you sit in your room or wherever it may be in bed and you ponder, if I did this or that, would it be different? Or if I said this or, you know, this really, no. It is your goal in this universe to be who you are, to be who you ought to be, and to show your personality as true as you can. And for those who cannot vibe with it, for those who take offense, for those who aren't going to ride high with you till the sun dies, they weren't going to be there for you to begin with. And these are relationships you should not hold on to, but should just be grateful they ended when they did, unfortunately, as they had, so that you can move on to find somebody better, somebody who is more welcoming, deserving of not just your love, but deserving of your presence, so that you may feel fulfilled and satisfied in a way that doesn't leave you cascading, brokenhearted, empty inside. That's what you deserve. That's not what they deserve in terms of value towards sucking it away from you. Don't let them have that. Drop it. Try to move on. It's very difficult, and I know it's an easy thing for me to say. I know I've been there. You're very strong, and you just got to keep on keeping on. The best you can. You will make it through. I promise. Yeah. Oh. God. Oh gosh. Oh. And yes, you know, there comes a time where you want to erase all the memories. You want to burn the photos. You want to delete all the photos on your phone. And I've been there. And honestly, I'll say this to you, even if you've been there, and it's different for everybody. So, you know, do what you feel. But the biggest regret I think I have is trying to erase those memories and delete the photos, burn the photos. Those are things that you never can get back. And even if it is pain now, and I've been there, I'm one of these people who truly negative, and maybe it's a red flag on my part. When things go bad and they're truly bad, I just have to erase it all. I can't. Everything is rotten now. The memories, it doesn't hit right. It doesn't feel right. I can't remember them in a good way. I truly just I need it all to go away. You know, there comes a time where you have to try your fucking damnedest to not delete the memory, to not, get rid of them all, because in the moment, and I mean, when I say in the moment, it could be years of feeling this pain, you will want to delete it all. But then there will come a time after where you will want the photos, so that at least you can say that although it may have been all in vain, I was here. I did exist, and I did have these people who, at least at one point, whether or not it was truthful or not, I was existing. When you have less of those memories, less of those spaces and those times to look back at, even in regret sometimes, you can find yourself filling the void where those would be with speculation, terrible self-deprecating thoughts that really aren't true, that are just built upon maybe exasperated and exaggerated kind of feelings from past relationships that have failed. You won't have the good thoughts to look back on. You won't have these memories. Again, even if they end in tragic misery, you can never have those memories again if you try and get rid of them or erase them or pile over them in an earnest way. If you do that, and it will come eventually where you will get to laugh, and you might even show those photos as evidence. If not in vain, you can do it out of spite, to be like, hey, look at this photo where I was happy with this person, and be like, they end up being a fucking asshole, but here's what they look like. There's a way to get around this, okay? But just, if you need to, take all the photos or whatever and put them in a fucking thumb drive or a box and bury them away so you can't even run into them unless you truly, truly want to in the future. And it's like an effort you have to take. But you will thank me later. You will thank me later. I promise you this. Don't delete those photos. If this is your message, don't delete those photos. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. And that's another thing that you just, and again, forgive me for pausing so much, but this is a reaction video. This is what it's about. That's exactly what it could feel like. Sometimes when they're your only friend, they're your only standing bridge left in my case, land of desert, of ash, of burned bridges, it can feel like you have to hold on to this one extra special, because once they're gone, there's nothing left to prop you up from the dusty ash below. But you have to know that that is an abusive relationship. And I'm sure you probably have thought of that and are like, of course I know that. Of course you know that. What you should be doing is, much like they're probably going to and are doing or have done to you, they're using you in this moment as like a layup to try and find somebody that they can abuse again. Don't be there for them. Don't allow them to do that. Set yourself boundaries. Set yourself a standard. And if it falls below, tell them about it. Remove them if you must, because that is much easier to do. And I promise, as hard as that may feel to even have a conversation about it, it is much easier to do and to swallow than to be left in the dust when they are no longer there, stabbing you in the back sometimes entirely, leaving you for dead. It is much easier to set up those basic bare bone safeguards than to be caught with your fucking pants down and your pecker out in the wind. You must, because they aren't the only person. And yes, you will forever feel that kind of way of, I don't want to be alone. I'd rather burn in hell than be all by myself. But they don't have to be the one that you rely on, especially if they're not valuing you correctly. You should always feel valued. Even if there's nobody else left, that is an effort that you now have. You've reached rock bottom. The only way to go is up. Okay? The only way to go is up. And that other option maybe you can think of exiting this grand stage, is never an option. And don't let them be the last final act that pulls your curtain close. Don't give them that. They won't care. They won't respect you more. They won't feel bad about it. You will be another little memory, as they will say. And you will never feel or ever get to be who you truly are and who you should truly be valued to be. Ever.
This is the worst pain I've ever felt.
Oh, yes. And it feels like that a lot of the time. Oh, the beat change. What the fuck? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yep. Yep. Oh. Oh. Oh, Oliver. Oh. Oh, Oliver. Such a musician, man. Such an honest and such a good and intellectual observer of this grand universe. And that's what it is. I'm trying not to break up here. That's what it is sometimes. I like to end my videos, as you'll see today, with the hopeful message that I got from one of these relationships I describe very much in my life. Very much I've described here in this video, which is, I always like to say, I'll see you when I see you. Because I'm not a big fan of goodbyes. And so it can be very hard to be in a position where you have to say goodbye. And if you're in a position like he describes, and you're in a relationship, and you feel like they're your only friend, they're the only person you can rely on, and without them, it's gone. But what you're suffering is abuse. What you're suffering is devaluation. What you're suffering is an attack on your personality and who you are as a person, as an observer, to be mistreated. in a lot of ways, that bottomless abyss is better. And trust me, I've been there. A broken mosaic of a man having to recollect himself and build anew. It is better to suffer that pain than to be dictated by a terrible tyrant, by a masked, faded, non-real individual who is a void to suck up the love and artistic value, personality that you are, all for themselves, to try and burn it down because they themselves could never hope to be what you are. They envy you, they're jealous of you, they wish that they could have you for all. Don't let them control you. Oliver Tree was an amazing artist. And it sucks that at the end of this video, truly, and I hope to do more reactions, but that he will no longer create for us. Because these are the kinds of messages that are nuanced and beautiful. And they mean a lot. People out there to say stuff like this to relate to. Because it makes all that effort that some of us put into life that eventually go to waste because of some bad actors, some bad scenario. It makes it all feel okay. So to you and everyone out there, what I wish for you to take from my reaction today and my interpretation of the song is you are well deserved to be loved, to be cherished, to be valued correctly. Never let anybody treat you like trash, like a fool, like a useful idiot, a throwaway. Never let them mask away the pain that they hide within, that they wish to paint over with glitz and glamour. You deserve more. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all who have showed up today in my broken speech here. Again, this is Oliver Tree. If you have not watched the original video, the link will be in the description below. I highly suggest you go and watch it, as well as subscribe to Oliver's channel, as it will be linked below as well. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you have any other suggestions, you can leave them down in the comments below, or you can join the Discord, also linked in the description. We have a special channel for suggestions, which I typically get to further and quicker than just comments. Thank you, and thank you again, Oliver. And as always, I'll see you when I see you. Goodbye.